G'day everyone and welcome back to the channel. So this is my second objective for the new Winter of Woe fight, the Hulkling. This is my hashtag dimensional being fight. I used a 5-star ascended rank 5 America Chaves. She's SIG 20, but the SIG isn't overly important. Like if you have a 7-star unawakened, you'll do just fine. The fight's very manageable. It's basically just don't block Hulkling and you'll win eventually. That's kind of the gist of it. Like you can take a few blocked hits, but you're better off to take fully blown combos than like a full combo to the block. Yeah, so there's a few little tricks that I'll show you that I used. But yeah, it was my first fight really with America Chavez. I don't own the 7-star or the 6-star. So a bit of a learning experience for me as well. It started out where I was very kind of technical with it and trying to be as optimal as possible and trying to line up all these big things for some big damage. But honestly, I wouldn't bother with that. I just kind of do what I did here and just let it happen. Just kind of do the fight, and if it lines up, nice. If it doesn't, just keep going. So jumping into the fight itself, you want to start off by just mashing in the Hulkling's block. Just get up your power, that's one of the nodes, kinetic transference I think it's called. But yeah, you can launch your special attacks into Hulkling's block because she's a hashtag hero champ. And with the node that means she gains superiority, which basically just means that if a special connects into Hulkling's block, he gets passively stunned at the end of the special attack. So for Chavez Heavy, it's got 3 hits to it. Between the first hit and the second hit, that's when her kind of orange dimensional thing is ready. And between the second and the third hit, that's when her blue one's ready. And after the third one, that's when her purple one's ready. That's the one that just activated on screen now. Now when it comes to which one you want active, the first one you definitely want active because that gives you more damage. The third one, I don't really know because it makes your specials unblockable, but the node says that only specials thrown into block get bonus damage. But if you throw it into block and then it goes unblockable, it still does heaps of damage. So I don't know if that's a bug, if that's going to be fixed, but right now the purple one's fine to have because it doesn't decrease your damage. So honestly, I would just have whichever ones you get up. I wouldn't really worry too much about it. If you're a great Chavez player and you're like, oh, actually, I want to use the orange one so I get more damage, but I'll have one blue one so I can get some regen because I took a bit of chip, and I'm going to have one purple one so I can get some more power back on this. Go for it, right? Go for it. Do whatever you want. One big tip I can give is that when you're kind of building up your buffs with your special ones, you want to be cancelling your heavy with the special one, but you want to be doing it just before the next hit. So normally with Chavez, you'd want to do it just before your previous hit, but now you want to wait almost until the next hit so that Hulkling's basically recovered and then he can stand there and block your special one, which will then hit his block and then stun him, and then you can just do the same thing. It's a bit of like a loop you can get him in. So just here, I've done the old timing where you do it straight after, but that was to knock him down to remove the protection. And now I'm launching my special 2. Boom, a little bit of damage, get the stun, bait out special 2. Now I'm kind of approaching the next cycle. So as he comes here, I might heavy counter. Yeah. So I'm going to heavy counter his special 2, removing the protection. And now I'm going to hit into his block a bit. I'm going to launch my special 1 into his block, get the stun. And I'm going to heavy. And then just before that third hit, I'm going to press it again. He doesn't block it. He just stands there. So it kind of messed me up and then I got absolutely smashed. But that's the idea. You just want to be prepared for him to not block it and just kind of treat it like a normal special one. Ideally, you can learn from my mistakes and from my learning and kind of figure out how to do this fight properly. Now there, I just launched a special 3 because I was in the corner. I didn't really feel comfortable. What you can do is go into Hulkling's block, and if you activate the special 3 as you're hitting his block, it seems to do way more damage. I don't know if that's because like launching a special into the block but you're hitting his block and launching a I don't know. It seems to give more damage. I don't know if that's a bug or not, but yeah, I was getting like 60k on the special 3, which doesn't feel normal for a non-block special. So here we are again. I'm launching the special 1 to knock him down, and now I've got my special 2 up, and I'm going to hit into his block and launch that special 2. Doesn't matter if it's not optimal, just launch it. Get the chip, just keep knocking him down. This is what it's about, just kind of repetitively taking him down slowly. Don't focus on big hits, just little chips. So here you're actually going to see the thing I was talking about with the heavy cancelling. So here, there he blocks it, and then boom, I get the stun, and I can do it again, but I actually want to knock him down this time to get rid of that protection because I have quite high power, and it's looking like a big special 2 opportunity. So now I'm going to do that cancel, but with the special 2, to get a free block from Hulkling, allowing the damage to be massive. So that's a little trick. You can do it both ways. You can do it with the special 1 and the special 2. So right here is a very satisfying loop. Hulkling has high power and protection, so I bait out his special 2 and then I heavy counter it, but then I cancel my heavy with the special 1. I don't throw it into his block, but it's pretty much the same thing here because then he throws special 1. But here I try and cancel it so that it's in his block, which it is thankfully. I get the stun, which basically just gives me another opportunity to do the same thing and throw my special 2 into his block. Kind of like you can chain them together in that kind of way. Honestly, like the hardest part is just getting used to Chaves, which is something that I know that most people won't have to do, but I had to completely learn this champ and then do the solo. So if you're familiar with Chaves, you'll have a much nicer time and you should be finding a lot of these tips pretty basic. Now something to be very careful about is his power meter. Don't get too focused on stacking heaps of passives and then you accidentally push him to special 3. I'm speaking from experience because on my first attempt, that's what I did. I had him down to like 30%. I was like, oh, I need more orange. And then, boom, I push into a special 3 and it's Jova. So that's when I decided, okay, stuff this. I'm just going to play it a bit slower. So on that note of playing slowly, don't get caught up in being quick, okay? I'm going to say it again. This is like the 3rd time I've said it. Do not get all caught up in throwing your special 2. It's like, oh, he's got protection. I better like get in a quick heavy intercept from his. If you have the power and you have the special 2, just throw it and go again. Like you're gaining so much power. It's all happening so fast. It's fine if you get overwhelmed to just kind of throw it and just get on with it. Okay, that's the last time I'm going to mention that. I promise. This is just kind of me going through the loop though. Again, it's pretty simple. I've pretty much said all there is, I think. There's not many like technical tricks. It's just heavy punish the special 2 is one technical trick. Cancelling the heavy like late enough so that you hit his block instead is a technical trick. But outside of that, it's just a pretty normal Chaves fight, or a pretty normal fight for this Hulkling, where you're kind of hitting into his block. But you don't have to do that as much, because if you're throwing special 1s, she's generating so much power that you're kind of chilling. One last thing I'll touch on is that indestructible timer and also the regen. So the indestructible obviously comes every 5 hits when it's not up. And if you have the unblockable special, it can trigger that. So you want to be mindful, but don't always go out of your way to avoid it. It's not too bad if it does. And when it comes to the regen's only going to matter if your special's unblockable, because then he'll regen some of that. But he doesn't regen the energy damage, just like the base hits that smash him. So yeah, you will not find yourself getting bogged down by the regen too badly. You should be sweet with just following the basic rotation. But yeah, the fight's wrapping up here. We're pretty much on the way out. He's got 4% health. I was hoping I could just finish him off with a few basic combos and maybe a special 1 to the block, but turns out I'm going to have to do some trickiness with the special 2. I was like, oh, non-block will 1%. Okay, he's on the way. Just take him out with a few hits. But yeah, thanks everyone for watching. That'll do it for the video. He'll die here in a sec. Drop us a like, comment, subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. And yeah, I'll be doing more Winter of Woe content, so feel free to check it out. Cheers everyone. Thanks.